I am a crier. Some people cry at the sound of Harry Chapin's Cat in the Cradle, others at Old Yeller, or the end of Where the Red Fern Grows, where Billy visits his dog's graves. I cry at those things too. But the one surefire way to see tears streaming down these cheeks is a live rendition of our nation's national anthem. It doesn't matter if it's a baseball game or an ad for a pickup truck or, God forbid, a busker on the subway. It's just one of those things. Some people like me are hardwired to sob by the time the broad stripes and bright stars are so gallantly streaming. As you can see in this video, these men are criers too at the sound of their national anthem, and with very good reason. You may have heard about the 33 Chilean miners who were trapped half a mile underground in a chamber about 20 feet by 30 feet with little food and temperatures well into the 90s. It's an amazing story. Something is going on down there that has never before happened in the history of the world. It's amazing simply from a technical standpoint. But it is the human aspects of this story that honestly are the most jaw-dropping. From a sheer survival standpoint, the miners managed to make 2 days' worth of food last until day 17 of their ordeal when they were discovered. Their ordeal is now 20 days long and climbing. The discovery came after 7 failed attempts to drill boreholes down into the collapsed mine. And then finally, rescue workers broke through to where the miners were sequestered. When they pulled that drill back out, there were letters from the miners to their families saying everybody was okay and they had faith that they would eventually be rescued. Now that communication with the miners has been established, we know that one of the things they have been doing to keep their spirits up is singing, including singing the Chilean national anthem on Monday. You see the people hearing that rendition of their national anthem through the intercom into the mine. They are criers too. Through the 6-inch wide borehole, rescuers are maintaining communication with the miners. They're pumping in oxygen. They've also sent down an asthma inhaler, playing cards, even dominoes to try to keep the miners' minds occupied. They've also sent down sugar water and gels to fortify the miners and otherwise keep them alive for the next few days. Plans are in the works to eventually get them solid food when they think the miners will be able to handle them. Also a tape measure, so they don't get too fat on all that solid food they're not yet eating. At some point, those guys are going to have to fit through a 26-inch wide rescue tunnel. There are conflicting reports about whether the miners have been told exactly when they might be rescued, possibly 3 to 4 months from now. The psychological impact of knowing a thing like that is an unknowable thing. As far as anyone can recall, 25 days is the longest that anyone has ever been trapped in a mine, meaning there are no survivors of similar incidents, no guidebook to advise authorities on what to do or what not to do. How do you prevent illness and infection? How do you keep these men from going mad? What about sewage disposal? We don't know about any of this stuff. There are no experts in this field. Chilean officials have now actually called upon NASA for help because astronauts on long trips in outer space are the closest approximation to what these men are going through. There are 2 rescue options on the table to reach the miners: a half-mile deep, a huge drill that can dig between 30 and 60 feet per day. It will enter either at a diagonal from a hillside or dig straight down. Digging at a diagonal will be faster but less stable. Families have reportedly set up schedules, taking turns talking to their loved ones in the mine. They've set up a temporary camp near it, Campamento Esperanza, Camp Hope. You know, it seems as though we've heard from every interested party in this story. We've heard from the miners' families. The Chilean president, when the first letters came up from the miners, the president waved them on national television and read them, right? We've even heard from the miners themselves, half a mile underground. But the group we haven't heard very much from at all is the company that owns and operates the mine. Perhaps because the owners of the mine were supposed to install an emergency escape ladder after a similar collapse killed a mine worker 2 years ago. When these 33 men sought out this emergency ladder they thought would be there, it was not there. Had it been installed as inspectors ordered, the miners could have gotten out of where they are right now in less than 48 hours. Instead, as plans are right now, they will be lucky to be rescued by Christmas.